Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. This is the inaugural 1 p.m. Pacific live stream on this channel. So thank you very, very much. It is a pleasure to speak with you during the day. And of course, be here at 9 p.m. Pacific on my main channel. I mean, this is my main channel, but at 9 p.m. Pacific this evening as well for the live stream also. So I have a tradition on this channel. We reach about, 1,000 to 2,000 people on the live stream at 9 p.m. Pacific every evening. And we're going to do that all throughout the election and past the election and into the new year and hopefully past the new year. The 9 p.m. Pacific has been unbelievable. We're going to continue to do this 1 p.m. Pacific during the same time period as well. So you will have my annoying, wacky, interesting, and enlightening personality at 1 p.m. Pacific every day and at 9 p.m. Pacific every day. And then I'll slowly try to ramp up content on H.A. Goodman's other channel, and I'll try to mix in also some uploads on this channel. But I first want to thank two gentlemen. Well, first of all, Tech Epiphany. Tech Epiphany! Penn should recite Tulsi's takedown of Harris. Absolutely. Tulsi Gabbard single-handedly ended Senator Harris's campaign. So that's 100%. I agree with you 100%, Tech Epiphany. Tulsi Gabbard single-handedly ended Tulsi Gabbard's campaign. So, I agree with you 100%. First, I have to thank two gentlemen who are doing this out of the goodness of their heart. You know, they don't work for me, but they're like basically the most wonderful, generous, kind people. It's Eric H526 and Luke St. Martin. And they're just so wonderful. I can't tell you how appreciative I am of their help. They're on this live stream. They're the two best moderators in all of YouTube. They are literally the two best moderators in all of YouTube, and I just want to thank them very much, Eric and Luke. I call Eric. I call Luke St. Martin. Quick draw, Luke St. Martin, and Eric the Regulator. Eric H526 the Regulator. So I have the Regulator and quick draw. So I wouldn't mess around if I was anyone who is new to the chat. But you know what? Anybody new to the chat is going to be awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still predicting Hillary overtaking or usurping Biden. I cannot believe that this is actually real and genuine, because there's no chance Biden wins. He doesn't even get close enough to cheat for Democrats, but we'll get to that in a second, as I always do, or a little later. The Washington Post today, ladies and gentlemen. The Washington Post published a story. The typical Paul Bartlett, hello. The typical Washington Post story where they accept that Madam Secretary was part of setting up and framing Trump. So they first started off in 2016, 2017, 2018. How dare you? Devin Nunes found out information about Susan Rice and others unmasking names, and they said, how dare you? This was about national security. How dare you say that there were any political considerations? Now they're saying this, and the Washington Post is saying this, well, of course, this is a conservative, fabricated scandal as always. Well, of course Clinton was a part of trying to paint Trump as working with Russia. What about all the contacts? Well, wait a second. The contacts didn't lead to any, the contacts never led to any indictment. So these people are hilarious. Sam, hello. Karen, hello. These people are hilarious. David, hello. So at first they say, how dare you? How dare you even think that Madam Secretary could have done something that was less than pristine, and that President Obama's administration could have engaged in a political stunt. Now they're saying, and this is hilarious, they're saying, well, of course, that Clinton was a part of it, and if the Russians knew that Clinton was a part of it, well, then that's too bad. That's okay. It's not a big deal. It's a non-scandal. Of course the Russians would know. What? What are they saying now? They are now saying, this is the Washington Post. Of course, I had the link up, and then they said, you have to, and they said you have to get a subscription. So I'm like, what? Of course, still subscription mode. Okay, so they're now saying, I read the Washington Post article. Let me see if I should have taken a screenshot. But they're now saying that, well, it's okay. It's okay that Madam Secretary was a part of the discussion to link Trump to Russia, because everybody knew that there were links between Trump's associates and Russian officials. So here we have this Wikipedia page, links between Trump associates and Russian officials, but then the Mueller campaign the Mueller probe did not find any collusion or anyone that actually conspired to work with Russian intelligence or the Kremlin. Then they have, this Wikipedia page is like, it should be scrubbed. Links between Trump associates. What about the links between Madam Secretary's foundation and Uranium One? Where's the Wikipedia page between links between the foundation? I want to see this. Links between... So there's no links between the... So I can't find a page on Wikipedia. Links between Uranium One officials and Madam Secretary's foundation. Can't find also links between UBS or Boeing or countries that got weapons deals, or links between $10 billion raised and the fact that, or just a page on $10 billion raised for the people of Haiti and 3% of the money given to the people, according to Haitian-born journalist Daddy Cherry. These links have nothing. Nobody has ever been indicted or charged or arrested. And it says right here, Robert Mueller, quote, did not find that the Trump campaign or anyone associated with it conspired or coordinated with Russia to influence the 2016 U.S. presidential election. So there you go. This is a fantasy that they keep holding on to. This is a fantasy that they keep holding on to. They never let go of. They never let go of this fantasy, and it doesn't end. They never let go of this fantasy. They keep on holding on to it, and instead of addressing the fact that they set up and framed Trump, like at a certain point, because they're going to lose the election. This will be the second election that I call. I called 2016. In 2015, NPR quoted me. The link is below. Let me put the link below. But, so here we have this public relations nonsense. Trump campaign's Russia contacts grave threat, Senate says. A grave threat, yet nobody was indicted or conspired to work with Russia. So it's like the Steele dossier literally was purchased because it was compiled by Russian sources, or I should say, the most xenophobic thing is to blame Russia for all the problems we have in this country, and all the the Democratic Party's failures have been blamed on an entire country and group of people. That is the definition of xenophobia. That is what a demagogue does. That is demagoguery. So, it's just really unbelievable. Let's see here. It's pretty unbelievable. It's pretty unbelievable how you have so many links. Tuan Nguyen! Remember when Schumer said the intelligence community would get back at Trump? Exactly. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a huge, enormous quote. Tuan Nguyen, exactly. That is an enormous, enormous, enormous quote that you're 100% right on. You're 100% right. And that's something that they took seriously. That's something that they actually implemented. I mean, they pretty much did exactly what Schumer was saying. Tuan Nguyen, thank you so very, very much. Tuan Nguyen, thank you. That's exactly what took place. That's exactly what happened. But the Steele dossier initially was, well, there's no, it was sold as, well, there's no link between Madam Secretary and investigating Trump, and anything that says that, the Democrats were doing it on behalf of the Golden Moo-Moo. Well, that's just wrong. And how dare you? How dare you even try to link Trump's direct political rival with his nefarious ties with Russia? Then we find out from declassified documents that Brennan himself was talking to Comey and Susan Rice and President Obama about a plan that was sanctioned by Madam Secretary. How does that work? How does Clinton or anyone become part of an intelligence briefing or discussion about Trump? How does that work? That's number one. Number two, how on earth, if they're utilizing information to go and set up and frame Trump, and that information is purchased by Trump's direct political rival. The Steele dossier was purchased by Clinton. CrowdStrike was outsourced by the Democratic Party. Every single piece of evidence, quote unquote, that they've used is linked to Democrats in some way. So how does that work? How does that work? Tech Epiphany, thank you. Tuan Nguyen, thank you. Zero Manny, thanks, HA. You are a worthwhile cause. Thank you. Zero Manny, thank you so much, Zero Manny, for watching. Thank you very much, Zero Manny, as always. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Pilgrim Media, vocationally getting Max Hedron look. Yeah, I know. You know what? For some reason, it's happening. But hopefully, I'm pretty sure that we can actually weather the storm here. I don't think it's going to get too bad, so hopefully we can get through this. Pilgrim Media, thank you. Zero Manny, thank you. The Steele dossier it's interesting how the Steele dossier is ignored. First they say that it was raw intelligence. Then John Ratcliffe declassifies information that shows that Madam Secretary was able to approve. She was part of the approval process. The approval process of an investigation into President Trump. How on earth does that work? I want to know how that works. I want to know how you can be part of an approval process. I want to know how you can be part of any discussion If at this point right now, and this is important also to remember, the Golden Muumuu wasn't a part of the United States government. I don't think people realize this. She was a candidate. She was on the campaign trail in Arizona a week before the election. That's why they lost swing states. And I think that Clinton is going to usurp Biden eventually. But if they are so inept they go with Biden, they have no chance at winning. There's zero chance Biden wins. Zero chance. But how do you go from a candidate? D-Lynn, thank you. D-Lynn, thank you so very much. How do you go from a candidate for president to a person who is now sanctioning or part of an approval process? So let's just read this. The Federalist has a great article on this. So this is interesting. Federalist, I'm worried that he will. A former President Obama associate says that he's worried President Trump's poised to win. Of course, because Trump's going to win. Oh my God, let me just try. Let's do this again. Federalist. I'm worried. Hold on, I have to read this. I'm worried he will. Trump appears poised to win. President Obama, swing counties north of Detroit. This is interesting. So let me hold on 1 second. Let's see here. In 2012, he volunteered for President Obama's re-election and even met Vice President. Okay, so this is a gentleman who is part of the Democratic Party in Michigan. I'm scared, he tells us. I'm worried he will win again. Every house has a Trump sign. Yeah! There are more Trump. And among those not voting for the president, there's more Trump dislike than Biden support. Of course. What have I been saying? This is in Michigan, where the governor, the governor lost a court case. I don't even want to get into it. Anybody in Michigan here? Just explain to the chat what's going on. This is so fantastic. Love the Federalist. Been very, very fortunate to have been published many times in the Federalist. So, thank you, WJ. Thank you. So, this is interesting. Approved. I want to read you this. This is actually from the notes. We're getting quote, this is from John O'Brien. I'll read it to you from Brennan's own, the way in which Brennan speaks. We are getting additional insight into Russian activities from Redacted. Cite alleged approval by Hillary Clinton on July 26 of a proposal from her foreign policy advisor to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by the Russian security services. They are literally admitting in a note to one another and using up the words John O'Brien is saying things like stirring up a scandal. They're literally saying this. And approval by Madam Secretary. The notes appear to have been prepared by Brennan to memorialize a meeting held at the White House with the president and his top national security advisors. Included in Brennan's notes are responses from other participants in the meeting, including Susan Rice, Dennis McDonough, former DNI James Clapper. And all of this information was given to James Comey. So if Clapper, if any of these people lied under oath, it's perjury. It's perjury. I mean, you're dealing with something that, they're caught red-handed. They are caught red-handed as always, and media sweeps it under the rug. Look, there was a point in time when media was barely leaning left. They didn't have a stake, and they didn't care about an outcome. Media never cared about outcome until about 5 years ago. And even up until 2012, media didn't really care about an outcome. Nobody obsessed over Romney putting his dog on the roof of his car for 30 hours. Like a normal, sane human being. Nobody obsessed over that. Could you imagine if Trump did that? He would be trying to remove canines from the face of the earth. He would be speaking subliminally to everyone who wants to remove dogs from the face of the planet. And there goes. And you know what? What he's trying to do, Trump, is he's trying to make dogs extinct. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he did. Media has a vested interest. This is not like, up for debate. You have a bunch of activists who are masquerading as journalists. They are not journalists. A journalist should not care, or at least a reporter. You can have an opinion, but put opinion, or say that you're writing a column. The media generally is the Washington Post, the New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, all the subsidiary cable channels, or I should say all the subsidiary publications. So you have the New York Times and the Washington Post. Then you have Vanity Fair. Then you have the Daily Beast. Then you have Slate. Then you have, Rolling Stone. Then you have all of these. Then you have Time Magazine. Then you have ABC News, NBC News, CBS. The entire media apparatus doesn't just have doesn't just lean left. When there's a story about Trump, they obsess. They obsess over a story about Trump. And it doesn't have to be true. When he engages in hyperbole, they are apoplectic, seething, fuming, and all that they say, oh my God, he's stating something without fact or evidence. It's hyperbole. Furthermore, a rebuttal is not a fact check. But so he can say, like, this is the best economy we've ever had when we had record low unemployment. Or he can say something like, don't be afraid of the pandemic. And then they'll say what he's trying to say is not take it seriously. Oh my God, you shouldn't be afraid of anything in life. You should be, fear is good, but you should be afraid of things that can directly, harm you, end your life. Like, for example, somebody trying to assault you or attack you. Right then and there, yeah, fear is good because it'll help you fight back, or it'll help you run away and save your life. But you have to live your life concerned and aware of the dangers and threats every single day. Ballin the Hobbit. H.A. held Biden up 11 in Florida, 13 in Pennsylvania. That's all of those polls, ladies and gentlemen. Ballin the Hobbit. The polls are meaningless. You had the same nonsensical polls in 2016, and then, of course, it was all Russia, Russia, Russia. But what President Trump is saying, like, we went from FDR's "there's nothing to fear but fear itself" to, oh my God, fear everything. You know what will only stop the fear? Voting Democrat. See, Democrats don't say when they don't tell you when to stop fearing the pandemic. They just assume, they're just insinuating that, or they're inferring that, well, you know what, the election is around the corner, so if you vote for us. But I mean, here's an example: media. Trump drove in his car. Well, he didn't put anyone at risk, but the Secret Service. And suddenly they care about the Secret Service agents. Oh my God, the Secret Service agents. If it was President Obama or a Democrat, they would say, oh, it's fine. There's a divider there. It's fine, and it's their job anyway. But there's nothing. We went from "there's nothing to fear but fear itself" to President Trump saying, "Don't fear the pandemic." I'm going to tell you something right now. I follow all the rules, social distancing, mask, everything. I fear drunk drivers. I should say I'm more concerned with drunk drivers. I'm more concerned with car accidents. I'm more concerned with, the random lunatic on the street. I'm more concerned with other threats. I'm more concerned with taking care of my health, eating right. I'm more concerned with a lot of other things. And that's you cannot live your life in fear. Democrats literally want you to live your life in fear because they oppose Trump's comments on "don't fear the pandemic." They would much rather you live your life in fear because they don't want Trump reelected. So they're the ones who've politicized the pandemic more than humanly possible, and they're the ones who had Wisconsin primary in April before the curve was flattened, where people were getting pelted by hail and were waiting in a rainstorm for 2 to 3 hours, and the Politico article says that people thought they were risking their lives. You think Democrats cared? You think they postponed their primary? They said, no way, we can't postpone it, because if we do, there will be judges and other elected officials that will still stay there that are Republican. So they did not postpone the primary in Wisconsin. Then there were protests, or Illinois, without a face mask mandate in March, by the way, or April. There were no mandates for face masks in April or March. So you had people, some wearing masks, some not, in Wisconsin, Illinois, Florida, and Arizona. They needed 4 primaries during the pandemic, people voting in person. It wasn't a popular vote, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have a popular vote. They have state primaries, and they want to do away with the Electoral College. Isn't that interesting? I cannot finish a thought without addressing every single example of Democratic Party hypocrisy. They want to do away with the Electoral College. They want to go only popular vote in the country, but they don't do that in their own primary. Gee, I wonder why. Why don't they do that in their own primary? Because if they did that, ladies and gentlemen, they would absolutely lose. They would absolutely lose. Bernie Sanders would have won their primary. I am no longer the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, which is fine by me. I'm voting for President Trump. I'm supporting the president. I'm supporting record low unemployment. First president to step foot in North Korea, and mainly reversing our U.S. foreign policy, ending the war in Afghanistan. Bringing home Americans from places like removing American soldiers from Iraq and Syria. The Democrats don't care about this. And you have a situation where they're being exposed every single day. Every single day they're being exposed. Every single day. So this right now, everybody knows that they set up and framed Trump. Everybody knows this. Even Democrats are now addressing this. Then you have the vice presidential debate tonight, and you're going to have, you couldn't get a more dignified, classy, subdued, calm, serene presence than Pence. Oh my God, Pence is going to be so different from President Trump that his debate performance alone tonight will reverse any of the people who didn't like Trump. I can't stand when people say, "Oh, I didn't like Trump's performance." Well, why not? He was just so belligerent. Like, so what? So what? We're supposed to think that Biden will be tough on Russia, but he couldn't stand President Trump being mean to him. So then they talk about Trump's lies. Nobody lied more than Democrats or media. Nobody. It's not even close. It's not even close. They perpetuated myth after myth. He worked with Russia. Oh, he needs to be impeached. He needs to be impeached because he tried to interfere in the election. All of this nonsense. All of this nonsense. And you have Kamala Harris. Mike Pence should bring up Jamal Trulove, who was sentenced, incarcerated unjustly by Kamala Harris's prosecutors. And he was sentenced to 50 years to life. He's in prison for 6 years for a crime he did not commit. 6 years because of Kamala Harris's prosecutors, and she was at the sentencing. And she praised the sentencing. She praised the brave witness who stepped forward from the crowd. But Mr. Trulove did not commit the crime. And this is yet just another example. Another example of Democrats and systemic injustices. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. So it's unbelievable also that you have President Trump, who's presided over the largest expansion. President Obama is the largest expansion of domestic oil and gas production. But President Trump has allocated more funding and permanent to historically black colleges and universities, over $250 million permanently every year. And it should be $1 billion, but it's $255 million every year. And it's like the interesting thing is nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about this because the left doesn't care about the most important issues. President Trump signing the First Step Act, prison reform legislation, they don't care. Nobody cares. The Democrats do not care. They simply don't care. They're all about public relations, and they think they can get away with anything. Mitchell Smith, really enjoy how you point out Democratic hypocrisy. HA, thank you as always. Mitchell Smith, thank you. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you so very much. Mitchell Smith, thank you. Glad to see you at the 1 p.m. So we got 538 people here. It's not bad, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to do this every day, 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. And I'll try to put in an upload as well. And I'll crank up H.A. Goodman's other channel. Mitchell, thank you so very, very much, as always. And please, I know you will. I know you'll be here, Mitchell, on November 3rd. Basically, all of November is going to be fantastic. So, all of November is going to be just absolutely fantastic. So basically, we're at a situation where when they get caught with anything, they say, of course, and they expect you to believe it. So, when we found out the Steele dossier was purchased by Clinton, they said, of course, not a big deal. Well, you know what? It was raw intelligence, and who cares who purchased it? Then when we find out today, thank you, Mitchell, again, thank you. Then when we find out today or yesterday, that President Trump declassified, John Ratcliffe declassified, and see, this is the thing, he declassified information. The Adventure Guide to the Galaxy, hello. They declassified information. So that in and of itself is important. The Steele dossier was not classified. People need to understand this. This is an important point. Very important. The Steele dossier was purchased by Clinton. CrowdStrike was outsourced by Democrats. They literally paid for their entire myth. Okay? Then they used semantics. Well, the contacts, the contacts with Russian contacts, and the links, Russian links, and any type of correlation, they put the word Russian before or after. Mueller found nothing. He found nobody conspiring. He found nothing. Okay, the Steele dossier is now not only discredited, it was the same type of garbage it was when it first came out. And I remember in 2016 when I was on the left saying the Steele dossier is a bunch of nonsense and complete garbage. But Steele dossier was a bunch of paper with gossip and like this nonsensical fantasy, this irrational bunch of verbal refuse with lies upon lies that they utilized to investigate Trump and everyone around him. And it was publicized, and it was there were articles, well, this is what's true in the dossier. Okay. You better believe they won't be doing this, or they are not doing this with the declassified information. So this is Brennan is not disagreeing with the fact that he wrote those memos. Bell and the Hobbit, they're coming soon. More of them. It's happening, people. My prediction stands because I cannot look. I'm telling you, there's no way they're going with this man. The other day, Ballin and everybody here, Biden goes, this is hilarious. He goes to a bunch of underage young people, okay? Underage young people, women, who were dancing in Miami for the event that he was at. And he goes to them, and I swear to God, the media is literally not covering. I mean, they're not even covering Biden. They're literally, Biden is like a ghost to them. He goes and he says to these underage kids, he goes, I'll be back. Here's I'll be back. And the bad thing for you is I'll be back in 4 years. Something to the effect, like, what did he say? I'll tell you exactly what he said. Only Biden could get away with this. In this era, I mean, are you kidding me? In this era? where like every word is dissected and scrutinized. Okay, so Biden makes eyebrow-raising comments to girls at campaign stop in Miami. So he goes, the good news is for me, I'm here. The good news is for me, I'm here. The bad news for you is I'm coming back. What does that even mean, the bad news for you? I'm coming back. I don't want to see these beautiful young ladies. I want to see them dancing when they're 4 years older, too, he quipped to the crowd. What does this even mean? And why isn't media pouncing? I want to see you when you're 4 years older. The future president. They're not serious about this. Okay? Madam Secretary is the dorsal fin. The dorsal fin ain't flipper. And she will usurp Biden because Biden is going to lose miserably. It's honestly, listen. Either way, we win. Biden on November 3rd, I don't care if the next poll is that Biden's up 35,000. What? He's up 35,000. It only goes up to 100. He's up 35,000 points. What does he become, the Dow now? he's become the stock market. Biden is up 1,500 today. I don't care what happens. It ain't happening. Clinton will be there. She'll be there in the end. Trust me. Sandy, I can't believe you have a super chat. Yes, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. Well, we follow all the guidelines. Sandy, and my middle name is H.A. YouTube Guidelines Goodman. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so very, very much. KSNF! Thank you, KSNF. Thank you so very much. Thank you for watching. KSNF, thank you so very much for watching. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And please be here, KSNF, on November 3rd. To my UK viewers, thank you so very, very much for being here and for watching. And just thank you very much. KSNF, thank you so very, very much. I think that Madam Secretary gets in. KSNF, thank you so very much. To my UK viewers, thank you. Please be here in November. It's going to be fantastic. I don't buy the whole Biden nonsense. Just the other day, he said, I'm going to be here in 4 years. Hey, little ladies. There is no way this man, if you did not have media propping him up, media with Biden is it's like media caresses and holds Biden like a newborn dove. Just, it's a newborn dove. Hey, don't make a startling move. Everything's fine. Caress. Let me hand you this newborn dove. The Biden campaign. Washington Post. New York Times. Oh my God. I have never seen this level of complicity. Even in 2016, look, they were tougher on Madam Secretary in 2016. KSNF, hello. Thank you so very much again, KSNF. They were tougher on Madam Secretary, who already had media in her back pocket of the muumuu. They don't report on anything. So with Trump, he's positive, and instead of instead of saying, okay, this man is a champion, he's surviving and he's leading the country and he's showing positivity, and the man's a positive man and he's going to lead us through this. Instead of painting things like, okay, well, thank God he's surviving, he's recovering, he's fine. Media, he's in his car, he's in his limousine, not since Stalin and Mussolini have we seen this. He's in his limousine. This is an authoritarian. This is what an authoritarian does, gets in his limousine. Meanwhile, you have innocent people being incarcerated because of Democrats, but Trump is the authoritarian. You have Democrats who voted alongside Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld. You have Democrats who have the Lincoln Project and neoconservatives pushing an interventionist foreign policy even to this day. But Trump is the big problem. Trump is the big problem. He's the big problem, don't you understand? He's walking. Typhoid Mary's walking. He's outside the White House. Super spreader! Super spreader! Super spreader! Super spreader! He's spreading. He's spreading. He's spreading. He's speaking. He's spreading and speaking and spreading and speaking. God help us. Please. Oh, Biden. I need more Biden up 50 points. On November 3rd. It's going to be delicious. Delicious. Do you understand how delicious it's going to be? There needs to be, just from, all the heat and the hit pieces that I experienced in 2016, a backdrop of me laughing, it was just a backdrop of me laughing. And then CNN, we lost again. America, and then you just see me it's just, there needs to be something like that. Oh my God. The Space Force Channel. I wish everyone would stop being so hard on Madam Secretary. She tries to tell the truth. Oh my God. Yes, the Space Force Channel. Thank you. KSNF, the Space Force Channel. Do you understand the Space Force Channel? Thank you so much. KSNF. It is going to be so amazing. You know what Trump should do? Trump should take the microphone and just start licking it and just being bleh, bleh, and just just say, Biden, give me a hug, buddy, give me a hug. He needs to do those things. He needs to do those things. Because everything, and this is also the problem too, when you cry wolf so much. Space Force Channel, thank you so very much. Awesome name, the Space Force Channel, thank you. KSNF, thank you so very much to my UK viewers. Thank you, KSNF, thank you. I'm telling you, there's a certain point, this man, you can say whatever, this is also the problem. Democrats and media really think that we care, how much venom and vitriol, the contempt, the level of contempt that they have towards Trump is completely irrelevant to me. I don't care how much you dislike Trump. I don't care how much you He's a danger to democracy. He's a danger to the humanity. He's a danger. He's despicable. And I'm telling you, they have to do that, the Grinch song. Hold on. Trumpy. He's a despicable Trumpy. Hold on. What's the Grinch song? The Grinch song lyrics. He's Trump. You're a mean one, Mr. Trump.
You're a heel, you're as cuddly as a cactus. Trump. You worked with Russia. Trump. You super spread the pandemic. You're Typhoid Mary's cousin. Trump. You got termites in your smile. Trump. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile. Trump.
It's like these people are like, they're so delusional. They're so delusional. The Space Force channel, thank you. They're so delusional. They're so obsessed and like, I don't care how much they just like, he's a danger to democracy. Okay, well, you better win. Otherwise, it's meaningless hyperbole from disgruntled, pathetic imbeciles. I mean, it's like, he's a danger. Well, then you should win, right? He's a despicable, tyrant, authoritarian. He's a danger to democracy. He's going to ruin the country even further. Well, then you should win.
Because if you don't win, guess what's going to happen?
Most of the country is going to rejoice in your apoplectic, seething, fuming reaction. November 3rd's around the corner. They're touching themselves in ecstasy to Biden up 15. Nobody covers Biden. Anything Trump does is magnified beyond belief.
This poor Secret Service people.
These Secret Service people, like, literally, like, are trained to take a bullet for the president, and they're like, oh, he's in the same car with them. Oh, my God. Everything that they do is beyond, like, reason. Like, and the thing is, it doesn't even... Because the same people they're talking to are also people who are actually afraid of the pandemic. So you're not going to get the voter turnout that you want. First of all, you're not going to get voter turnout because Biden is an exhumed body. That's one reason. Secondly, you add the pandemic fear, you're not going to get the voter turnout. Because then you add to that, well, Biden's up 16, so why should I turn out anyway? They're doing the same things. He's not up 16. He's up 16 in your deranged brain. And it's like, how many times do you have to be duped by absurd polls that are public relations stunts before you realize how many elections you're going to lose, Democrats? How many more elections? It'll be 2058. And they'll be like, oh my God, we're up by 15. And then they'll lose again, and then they'll blame yet another country. The entire map of the world will be you just pick a country, and it'll be a country the Democrats blamed for losing. They're sore losers. They're losers. And this is the arrogance. In a football game. If my team loses 50-0, I don't have bragging rights. I have to just, stay quiet. Democrats have got the participation trophies all their lives, so they don't know what losing means. You lost. You lost in 2016. Lost, loser, lost. So that means you kind of have to keep quiet a little bit. But instead, they didn't keep quiet. They doubled down, tripled down, and they're even more narcissistic and arrogant than they ever were. So, Pilgrim Media, they are loco in the cabeza. It's a good guy. They are. They are. Pilgrim Media, they are. They're completely apoplectic. Pilgrim Media, Space Force Channel. Sam Raw, thank you so very much. They are so... And getting back to this Space Force Channel and KSNF, thank you. They think that the more vitriol towards Trump, the more they say that he lies. First of all, there's no comparison. They have lied more. Their politicians have lied more. The media that's beholden to them has lied more. And there's a certain level of deceit, or there's definitely a very, you want to use the word dangerous, there's a dangerous level of deceit when you have such contempt for a person simply because of his personality. You look at the man's, like, his accomplishments, First Step Act, permanent funding, allocating more funding and permanent funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever. Ending the war in Afghanistan. Removing soldiers from Iraq and Syria. Reversing U.S. foreign policy. Ending covert operations of funding rebels that eventually are found out to, like, chop people's heads off. This is President Trump. This is why they can't stand him. This is the main reason, actually, because he's reversing all their failures. He's addressing all their failures. Okay, we're going to be the third-ranked economy in the world. China and India will be the first and second in 30 years, by far over us. We're the third most populous country in the world after China and India. Simon Hathaway Spurlock. Love this high-energy daytime live stream. God bless you and keep you, Mr. Goodman, sir. Thank you, and God bless you, Simon Hathaway Spurlock. God bless you. Thank you so very, very much for the kind words. God bless you. Thank you so very much, Simon Hathaway Spurlock. Yeah, it's fun. I think I have a little bit more energy. To enjoy the democratic hypocrisy. I'm feeling a little bit more energy, I think. Simon Hathaway Spurlock, so kind of you. Thank you very, very, very much. Let's see. Hold on one second, everybody. Let's see. So, this is my YouTube representative. We have our monthly meetings, and so I'm just going to... Okay, we're going to have a monthly meeting in a couple days, just... All right. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on one second. I'm just rescheduling because I started this live stream at 1 p.m. So... All right. Simon, thank you so very much, Simon. Thank you so very much. Yes, Luke, we're almost at 600. William, Mr. Tiny. Mr. Tiny wants Bill Clinton. I want to tell you, William, I just love doggies. And you tell your doggy, William, that I feel the happiness and the pain of all animals. And I feel all animals. I don't want to get into that, but... Hi-Fi Trucker! I am going to look into that. I'm going to read that right now. Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you so very much. I haven't seen it. I'm waiting until it's on... if I see it on the Federalist, no disrespect to any publication, but if I see it... Nice. Oh, that's delicious. Is that too freaky for me to say? I think Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you. I think it's probably too bizarre and weird for me to say. I need to stop using that word. I'm freaking myself out. Oh, delicious. That's delicious. If I see this, no disrespect to any publication at all, but I want to see this at the Federalist or the Washington Examiner or the Daily Caller. Okay, hold on one second. Let me type in. Now my interest has been piqued or perked on this. Oh, here we go. Political. A bullish Biden campaign invades Trump territory. Biden couldn't invade the bathroom. If he did, he would need like an armada or a SEAL Team 6 to help him. I have to find this out because then, Madam Secretary, if you thought I was bizarre and annoying and funny before, you wait till Madam Secretary swoops in, like I've been saying. I have kept on clinging on to this, and I still, believe me, it's happening. I'm telling you, the dorsal fin ain't flipper. That dorsal fin ain't flipper. It's happening, folks. Hi-Fi Trucker, I gotta find that. Hi-Fi Trucker, I gotta find that. Pencil. Pilgrim Media, I love you. Gotta remove that just because of the policies. Pilgrim Media, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker, I got to. Hi-Fi Trucker, I have to look at this. I'm trying to find this. Yeah, so I can't find this anywhere but this publication. Okay, so October 7th, Paul Sperry has tweeted out, breaking, Joe Biden is the subject of an active federal criminal investigation into his role. Wow. Wow. Wowza. Paul Sperry, so he's awesome. Wow. Madam Sec, I'm telling you, Hillary Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. Caligula and Nero do not, would never work in a Biden administration. When Caligula and Nero invite you to a banquet, leave the country. Do not go. Because you will be what's for dinner, and so will everyone else around you. I'm telling you. When everyone's like, well, she endorsed Biden. Yeah, and Caligula would have nice parties and invite people. Do you think it turned out good for those people? No, it didn't. Madam Secretary, Nero, Caligula, they don't play. No. The votes, the Electoral College votes go. All the Biden votes go to Madam Secretary. I already talked about this. The Politico article. It's happening. I just gotta we gotta make sure that this is, I cannot confirm this. And Hi-Fi Trucker, thank you. I cannot confirm this, but if it's confirmed, I will have made and I'm going to. I've never wavered from this because I'm like, they're not going with Biden. This is going to be the biggest political call of all time. And like I said, and the most important part of the H.A. Goodman prophecy, I'm joking, but the H.A. Goodman prophecy is that Trump goes 8 years. And so he's going to go 8 years, but now we're going to have, ladies and gentlemen, the Rice Suick declass to keep Madam Cyberhack out or force her in. I think to force in. And say see Orange Man bad and attacks political opponent for sport. Exactly. The Rice Wick. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. The Rice Wick. I agree with you 100%. I think that it's to help Madam Secretary step in because the opening is there. Every day is an opening. Rice Wick, thank you so very much. Thank you. Please be here in November. Thank you. Luke St. Martin. Madam Secretary will literally throw you. She's right for sure. You call it. Thank you, Luke St. Martin. I'm telling you, I feel it, everybody. I'm about to cry right now. I'm about to cry. It's happening. The Rice Wick, thank you. Thank you very much, the Rice Wick. Thank you. Luke St. Martin. I agree with you. It's there. It's there. It's just there. It's just there for the taking. But see, Luke, we have to find out because if there's an active criminal probe into Botox B, the exhumed body, it's game, set, match. And just like, ladies and gentlemen, at my uncle's house, with a nice little bunny rabbit. Hey, bunny. Hi, bunny. And I was like eating a hot dog or a hamburger or whatever, and I was looking, and I'm like, oh, look, a little rabbit. It's a little rabbit, Luke. Eric, look, it's a little rabbit. And then from nowhere, this giant falcon comes with its talons, picks up the rabbit, flies. I'm talking about Wild Kingdom right in front of me. And it was shocking. When people say it's beautiful, it's nature, I'm like, no, it wasn't beautiful at all. It was very traumatizing. But that winged animal is going to be Madam Secretary. Madam Secretary, the winged creature. Luke, thank you. Ricewick, thank you. Teresa King. I've seen her. She looks so tired, so she doesn't have it in her. Teresa King, I think that, you know what? I think the maquillage puts on a little maquillage, and it's all good. Teresa King, thank you. Hi-Fi Trucker. Even Hillary says this is delicious. Christ Light, hello. Hi-Fi Trucker. She probably does say it's delicious. She's like, why aren't I more delicious? 50 points ahead, delicious. Oh my God. I'm telling, I've never wavered, and I'm telling you, every time I know the haters would be like, yeah, and I never wavered, haters, never wavered, haters. So it's going to be it's going to be beautiful. Oh my God, to the friends and family who didn't believe me, oh my God, it's going to be fantastic. Yes. And that too, you need a backdrop. You need an H.A. Goodman backdrop. On election night, every channel is just going to like, somehow, it's going to just be like, and just every channel, like, he won again. Breaking, Joe Biden is the subject of an octave. Wow. That would be absolutely fantastic. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Wow, now do something about this. The biggest political scandal. It's true. It is. It is. And Trump today got caught. He put all caps. I love it. I love it. And then they're like, oh my God, his debate performance was so mean. Lariswick, thank you. Caroline, I'm hoping somebody can just do that, like with me, the backdrop, because my tech skills are pretty horrible. But just with me, like, fantastic. Oh my God, it would be so fantastic. Madam Secretary is coming. I'm dead. You know what? Gilbert Lozano! Hi, HA. I'm just joining. What have I missed? Gilbert, we had be here at 9 p.m. also. We're going to wrap up soon, but the usual Democrats tried to set up and frame Trump. Trump's fighting back. Biden has no chance, and he'll be replaced by Clinton. Then I talked about how I want to be on a backdrop of every channel when the election is called for Trump. By the way, remember this name: Helmut Norpoth, 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 Helmut Norpoth. Professor Helmut Norpoth, a brilliant professor for Stony Brook, has given President Trump a 91% chance of not just a victory, but a pretty good decisive win. If they Trump will win, but he'll get the decisive victory. They won't even be able to cheat. But it'll be with Clinton. I think she'll make it a lot closer than Botox B, the exhumed body. But ladies and gentlemen, Gilbert, everyone here, we had close to 600 people, everybody, during the day on the inaugural first live stream for 1 p.m. William R. Abrams. When my grandfather was a boy, he asked a great-grandfather, where is Timmy the turkey on Thanksgiving? You just ate him. William R. Abrams, is this some kind of code? When my grandfather was a boy, he asked my great-grandfather, where is Timmy the turkey on Thanksgiving? You just ate him. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, William. Thank you. And is that like some kind of haiku? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. To my super chat, thank you so very, very much. We'll leave it with William's statement. That's actually the nuclear launch codes. Thanks, William. Would have liked to have an existence, but ladies and gentlemen, be here 9 p.m. tonight. 9 p.m. Pacific tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 9 p.m. Pacific tonight. Set your clocks. I'll see you soon. God bless you. This is the inaugural Luke St. Martin, Eric H526. You are awesome. Everyone, give a lot of love to Eric and to Luke. They do this out of the kindness of their own hearts, and it means a great deal to me. And it really, it's we can't have these chats without Eric and Luke doing such amazing work. So thank you, Eric and Luke, and I'll see you tonight at 9 p.m., everyone. It's heating up, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'll see you tonight. Be here at 9 p.m., people. You watch. Hillary Clinton is going to be there, just like the Michael Jackson song, I'll be there. She'll be there. Like I said, share my Huffington Post article, Hillary Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. That's the biggest political call of all time, people. Thanks, everybody. God bless. I'll see you at 9 p.m. tonight.